All right, two very important tools is a softball and a soft baseball. These come in handy for lots of different things. I favor using the soft baseball because it has just a little bit more give. I like using the softball because it's much harder. It's a little bit harder, but it's better. I find it better for lower body, like for hamstrings, inner thighs, stuff like that. But I still use it for upper body as well. So let's clean up the pec minor. What is the pec minor? Well, it's a muscle tissue that is underneath your pec major. It's a really very stiff tissue that really causes a lot of internal rotation when it's very tight. It messes with your scapula because it attaches to I think the coracoid process and also into the rib cage. It makes it very difficult to really get these shoulders back and down. And if you're really tight, and if you hold some like 45-pound plates or dumbbells or just pull your shoulder blades back while holding weights, you'll feel a huge stretch here. That's kind of one way to tell if you're super tight there. But under most circumstances, if you love the bench, you have some very, very tight pec minors. So that's mission number one. Let's clean up these pectoralis minor. And how we're going to do that, we're going to use the softball I just showed you, and we're going to dig it right into the pec minor. How do you find your pec minor? Well, find your clavicle right here, your collarbone, and just get right underneath it and just slide over to right at the edge here on top of your acromion process. So somewhere right around here is about where it's going to be. If I pull my shirt down here, I think we are all visual people, so I think this will help out a lot of you. And it's kind of finding that acromion process, or that pec minor. It's like, here's my collarbone here, right here. I'm going to run along the edge, and then coming down to right here. That's about where the pec minor is. It's underneath, because above that's the pec major. If I flex my chest, you kind of see right there. Now, if I relax my arm, pull my arm down, you kind of see if I turn my arm in, if you have a similar structure as me, you'll kind of have this little crease here. It's basically right there at that crease. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a ball. I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to dig it right in here and press against it. I can actually just do this. If you just want to kind of do something to kind of get some stuff done, look, this is no excuse. You can break some tissue by just pressing back and down. Something that's more effective is getting like a yoga block, pressing against here on the yoga block, and then getting your arm in that section I just showed you, just dig right in, making circles. Set your timer to 2 minutes and get it working. Just press in there, find some deep tissues, get your body in there and press, turn your palm behind your back, really dig in, and just kind of find where you're tight. Get over that tissue and dig in, and spend about 2 minutes. 2 minutes is one of the most effective doses you can do to really get that thing to clear up. And just by doing that, already my arm is already loosened up quite a bit. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, you can simply use a squat rack. Dig right in and press. Actually, let me show you from this side. Dig right in right here and press, and just make circles like this. I plan to do this for 2 minutes every single day on each side. That way I can improve the way the scapula moves. Understand that the pec minor attaches to the scapula. It's one of the stiffest parts of the body when it comes to bench pressing. Makes it difficult to really get those shoulder blades back and tight when you're trying to press heavy and hard. The next piece makes grown men cry, and what that is your triceps. This is the freaking most painful mobilization there is. And if it doesn't hurt for you, well, that means you can get your hands above your head with no problem. So you need to really work on the triceps, especially this long head right here. And how are you going to do that? The ideal situation is to get a barbell and dig right in. But some people don't have a barbell. Actually, let me just show you really quick how it looks like with a barbell. If you're squatting, spend 2 minutes. If you have a barbell set up and you're squatting or even benching like I'm about to do right after I make this video, is get your tricep, get underneath there, right, that common tendon, and really just start rocking side to side like this. You'll get some really yucky tissues and it will hurt like hell. You can kind of find a really nasty spot where it's kind of tender. You can press with your hand here on your bicep and then extend the arm, and really come in. It fucking hurts a lot. And then you kind of roll in even more, kind of where the big spot where a lot of people need to go, especially when it comes to overhead pressing, to benching, to just getting your shoulder blades back, is to get your long head of your tricep, your teres major, and your lats. That kind of just this section right here underneath your armpit. And you can dig some spots right there. You press right in. You can kind of roll this around to kind of get a tack and stretch effect if you want. You can extend the arm. You can contract the tricep and relax it. And you just roll. Set your timer for 2 minutes and get this stuff working. Improve the ability to get your hands above your head. Now, what if you don't have a barbell set up? Got to make excuses? Let's not make excuses. Let's get results, all right? We're going to get this chair, right? We're going to get this chair and we're going to use it to mobilize. And this is how we're going to do it. You can get your tricep right on top of there, and you're going to dig right in. put some pressure on there, and cry like a baby. Get this thing working, dig right in the lower, press down in, and just keep pressing, extending, pressing, extending. It's gonna feel like you're gonna bruise the thing. Why are you doing this? The question you might ask yourself. Why are you gonna put yourself through so much sufferance of freaking sufferance? Is that even a word? Suffer through all these movements. Why? So that way you get your hands above your head without restriction. Imagine what that will be able to do. It allows your scapula to move better. Better scapular movement means able to bench press more, able to bench press without pain, bench press with less pain. If you don't have any pain, it's going to reduce the risk of pain. So work on these tissues, your triceps and your pec minor. All right, just crush the crap out of them. Now let's talk about a stretch. What are we going to do to improve stretching position? Well, I'll take you my most favorite one. I do this very often. I get a band like this. This is a kind of a light band. I tie a knot in it. And then what I'm going to do is get my hands inside like this, and I'm going to pull my arms out like this. I'm stretching my chest muscles here. If I go further back, I'll just hold here where I'm digging my shoulder blades into my socket, and I'll turn these back and forth, make little circles. External rotation, get those external rotators kind of working under some sort of load, very mild load, right into approximation of the joint, and just improving this. I can make little circles if I want. I'll make circles like this. Now, what if you don't have a band? I would recommend you do this for 2 minutes. That's it. So that's 2 minutes. 2 minutes on each side here. 2 minutes on the triceps here, and 2 minutes on the chest. What is that? So it's 2 minutes on the chest, 4, 8, 10 minutes right there. Maybe set up another 12 minutes to help improve your shoulder mobility. Now, what if you don't have a band? Get a PVC pipe. Get a PVC pipe, make circles. Don't have a PVC pipe? This thing is freaking $2 for like, you can make 3 of these, I think. This is, what is this? How tall? 3/4 of an inch, all right? Make circles and stretch. I've made some other videos in my channel for shoulder PVC pipe stretches. Freaking stretch your shoulders. It's not just about stretching. Part of the reason why I'm not really emphasizing stretching is because we want to help improve movement. This is mobility. That means getting your body to move the way it should. That means going through systems of motion. That's kind of why I like making rotations, because that's what the shoulder's meant to do. It's meant to do some rotations. And a lot of the time when you roll, that will fix. Like if you're an athlete, you're a powerlifter, you like lifting weights, a lot of the time you're probably sufficient, you have good sufficient control, and you just feel like your mobility sucks or you're feeling stiff. If you free up your tissues by smashing the crap out of it, it's just going to allow your arm to do more stuff. It gives you more options. Sometimes you get your hand up above your head, you get some little pinching. You're like, oh man, that hurts. And then you roll it out with a ball or with a foam roller, and then you're like, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. Why is that? Because you've improved the sliding surfaces of the tissue. So that's our today's homework. 12 minutes, get it done, improve your shoulder mobility, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.